What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Entertainment Critics. I am Antoine.
And I'm still James.
And we have an epic review for y'all today. We are reviewing Quiet Place Part 2. Part 1 came out. When did Part 1 come out? Like 18?
I feel like 18.
18, yeah. There we go.
Okay.
We got light. 18, 19, Quiet Place 1 came out. It was great. I think they should call it Chapter 2 instead of Part 2. That's just my own thing. Part 2 is a cash grab. Chapter 2s is you had something else playing.
Yeah.
That's my thought.
Yeah. No, I feel you on that.
But anyway, we're going to review that and have some good discussion on that. And we're going to do a spoiler discussion after we do our review. But before we do that, what we got?
We got an intro.
We have returned Quiet Place 2. Quiet Place Part 2, starring Emily Blunt. John Krasinski is in it, but as you knew, it's not spoiling nothing, but in Part 1, he died at the end. But I guess this is going to be, it's not a full prequel, so you was wondering, is this going to be a prequel? So they showed some times before the attack happened, which in the original movie, we were just put in the middle of it.
Yeah.
You know, they was living. They kind of put us in the. I forget what day it was. How they kind of count down by days.
So like they gave us a few little snippets in the first one. So like we catch a little of day 1, we catch some of day like 200 something.
Yeah.
And then like I think when we finally get to like the present, it's like day 3 something.
Yeah, like 300 or something. And that kind of make you was kind of thinking like, why would you try to have a child in this environment? But I'm guessing she was pregnant before all this happened.
Yeah.
I think that's how the days kind of linked up, like the 9 months before.
Yeah.
Where we picked up, it was 9 months after the incident or whatever. Okay, so Part 2, like I said, it started where actually it started day 1 of the incident, so we got a kind of a look of what, and they wasn't even clear what everything was.
Yeah.
You know, they wasn't clear about the what these things are, where they come from, or what they want.
No. It's just straight up, hey, so a thing happening, there's aliens.
Yeah, which I kind of respect that.
Yeah. Because like I appreciate not having like they didn't personify the aliens.
Yeah.
You know, like they're pretty much just animals. You know? And I like that because they're not an animal you can just kill.
Yeah.
So you had to stay away from it. It's like aliens but without the same kind of tension.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a different tension, so the tension's still there, but it's like no, you don't get to like. This is like, when folks start when there's a bear that's the monster of a movie. It's like, no, you just have to try not to die.
Right, exactly.
That's your job now.
Right,
Try
your
not to
job
die.
ain't to figure shit out. Your job is to live.
Let's figure out. Like, it's like
eating.
Yeah, it's like they're weak to sunlight. Nah, they ain't. Keep your ass going.
Yeah. So let's watch this trailer for this. Quick trailer so we can get a idea of what this movie is if you're not familiar with the movie, if you're watching the review. So we're going to watch this trailer, then we're going to come back. We're going to finish up our reviews.
But before we do that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon next to it so you get notified every time we post a video or go live. We appreciate it whenever y'all give us one of these subscriptions because it lets YouTube know that we're doing something right.
Yes, please subscribe to the channel. And give us some thumbs up if you like our video and leave comments. All right, so let's watch this trailer. You son of a bitch. Oh, really? Okay. I don't know what just happened. Okay.
Professional.
Really?
That what happened? A bomb Okay.
I don't know why he came all the way up here.
There's nothing left. There are people out there. People worth saving.
Most people had finally given up hope.
So worth the wait. Anybody here? I'm here, bitch. So that was Quiet Place 2 trailer, man. I'm telling you like this. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie, man. And like they said, this is why you go to the movies.
Yeah.
This was a great movie for the theater.
Oh, definitely.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I had got tired of jump scares, but damn, they still know how to put jump scares in there perfectly, just to actually get you. You know where you usually when you see it coming and you
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm a jump scare.
Well, like, and even like, again, like, because I how many movies has John Krasinski made now? Like,
I only know of these two.
these are the only two I know.
He could
of.
have a couple
So-
more, but I only know of these two.
But no one can.
He clearly know what he's doing.
He clearly knows what he's doing. Like, there's some shots in both of these movies where it's like, rather than like just letting the thing jump at you out of nowhere, he'll let it like move through the background. He doesn't point at it. He doesn't point at it. He lets it exist in the background. If you catch it, you catch it. If you don't, you don't. And either way, you still scared of the thing.
And man, so like I was with a small crowd. This is my first time back in the theater, matter of fact, since
Same.
the pandemic. Small crowd, not too. It was this girl that was screaming at everything, right? First, I was like, man, won't you shut up? Damn, I'm trying to enjoy this. Hey, grow up. Stop being scared. And then this other part happened. I'm like, ah! So I'm like, you know what? I'm sorry for telling you shut up because that got me screaming. It was, man, this movie, it had a lot of tension, a lot of tense moments in this movie,
Yeah.
dude. I jumped more than I jumped in a lot, any movie I've been in a while, too. I jumped a lot.
Like when I went to see it, like it was a medium-sized crowd, but like the thing I loved about it was you were just close enough to everybody that you could catch all their reactions.
Yeah.
There was this older couple next to me, and like when the movie started, they were teasing each other about who was going to be more scared.
Yeah, they
And, like
both
I could
probably
catch, I
screaming
caught them
each
like jumping into each other, holding each other. Oh my, wow, wow, wow. I'm like, oh, that's cute. I like that.
Yeah. So it was real tense. It picked up where it left off from the other movie. They skipped around, which I kind of like how they did that. Not that much. They skipped around a little bit, and just enough too. Not where it's just like, okay, this is uneven. This is getting on my nerve. It was actually just enough. They kind of showed you. They didn't show you exactly what happened, but they show you from their point of view what the hell. They don't know what's going on. Now, I am a little mad. It didn't seem to be no kind of response from the government.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the government just gave up on this city. It's like, hey, yeah, well, ain't nothing we can do for it, so let them fend for themselves or something. It's like, where is the government? This is 300 days later, and where any rescue efforts, it's just people trying to survive.
And like, cause this is the problem. Like, it's almost like with a zombie apocalypse movie, where it's like, well, everybody, it hit everywhere at once, so the government didn't last any longer than anywhere else. I don't know about this one, Chief. Like,
I mean, I'm thinking like, okay, since the first one didn't really show that they had newspaper clippings to explain it, which is was great, by the way. This one, like, okay, I guess you can show a little more here because this is part 2, so now you can get a little depth. And you went back to the incident when it first happened. You know, when this happened, where was they at? Did they say?
I don't think
What
they
state
ever
they
said
in?
what the town was.
So it seemed like a small town.
'Cause, like at first, I was sure it was somewhere in the Midwest, but they
It
were
looked kind of like.
but like they're close enough to the water. Like it would have to be up north if they're you know,
Yeah.
or towards the
Iowa.
coast. You know,
Idaho. I don't know, somewhere, anywhere. Anyway, I'm not even
that's
sure
around
the water they
Michigan.
was by. It might have been a small.
might have been like one of the Great Lakes
Yeah,
area.
it might
you
be like
know.
a lake or something. So, yeah, when they showed this incident, I was wondering, what's the response? No response. So the thing is, people trying to live. So I was like, okay, now you don't have to be. These things are pretty tough, but could y'all come up with some kind of plan to? They was like people just like. Fuck that. Just hide and don't say nothing. Be quiet and hide. That's it. They didn't say, okay, so they got this is their weakness, so we could do this, we could do that. No, I don't want to hear that. And if you're talking too much by trying to come up with a plan, you're talking too much. Be quiet.
Well, you know, and like that's the thing. It's like any other country, I could maybe allow that you couldn't come up with nothing. But we live in a country where there's just dudes with 50 cows in their backyard.
Yeah.
You know.
And we're gonna talk about, and that's on one of my cons. How durable are these creatures? You know, I don't. Should we give them a name? I guess we just got to come up with a name because they never gave them a name.
They never gave him a name, yeah.
Call them skull crawlers. No, that's been taken.
Copyright.
Yeah. I don't know. Sound seekers.
Sure.
All right. Whatever. But it was a little. That's one of my, like I said. That's one of my cons. It was a little uneven on the durability of these things. What can kill it? What can kill it? What can it withstand? You know what I'm saying? How strong are they? You know. Now they got these claws. Now what the hell their claws made of? Because sometimes their claws cut through steel.
Yeah.
You know. So is it what the hell? Is it that strong?
And then sometimes they can't cut through iron.
Yeah. So it's like, come on now, y'all changing the rules to for tension, but don't do that. That's one of my pet peeves. Once you set your rules,
Stick
you
to
can't break them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotta stick to them.
So maybe one is stronger than the other. Then that's how they can say it. Like, yeah, this one's stronger. This one.
I mean,
I know
okay, you know.
Yeah, but whatever. I don't buy that. But okay, another thing. Now I had a couple questions. They didn't answer them, and these wasn't. I didn't have to. These was just kind of like goes in my mind. Where do these things go when they not hearing those sounds? Do they got a nest? Because they always come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like they close by. Like,
Yeah.
what do they got a nest? Do they go chill? Do the sound hurt them? See, they didn't answer a lot of those questions. And that's cool.
Save all that for chapter 3.
Right, but see, in this point, it's time we
Yeah.
can start getting some answers.
Well, like, cause like they did intimate that like in the first one that there's less animals now because they started coming after the animals after
Yeah.
people stopped making noise. Okay, but they're still animals.
Right.
You gonna tell me that deers and stuff just stopped making noise?
Right.
I don't buy that.
Well, I mean, because they down stink. That's what they saying.
Well, no, but what I'm
Animals-
saying is if they're still out and about, because like we do see a couple of animals in
Right.
the first one.
I just see birds, maybe. Yeah, we see like little raccoons.
Yeah, you know, this sort of thing just constantly makes little noises.
Which it kind of, and they uneven on that too. 1 minute, you got to tiptoe in your damn house or they'll come and tear you up. Next minute, you outside doing what you want to do, whispering and talking a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. These things can't be that damn. Where they coming? Like, they could, I don't know how many miles away, and they can hear you go, and they, what was that? You know, I'm like, come on, man. And then at some point, you doing something else that don't require the plot for them to attack you. They ain't gonna attack you.
Right.
So come on, you know. 1 minute the door creak, that's too noisy. Next
Yeah.
minute, you know, the door creak, it ain't a big deal.
Yeah.
It's like, it's uneven. You know,
Yeah.
it's they
And-
got them too sensitive. They should be once they're in the house, they should be able to make a little noise.
That and there's some instances where the sound design gets on my nerves because again it's just inconsistency. A door you've watched someone open before and it made no noise, and all of a sudden
Right, next
now
thing
it's
there was-
squeaking. Yeah, it's the loudest thing
Oh my
I've
God.
ever heard. Yeah, I'm like, look, you already showed me that there was nothing wrong with this hinge. Why is it squeaking now?
Yeah,
Not only is it squeaking, it's screaming.
yeah, and I'm looking like once you stop making a noise, why the hell they stay there?
Yeah.
Like they come to the noise and then they attack it, but once you stop making noise, they still be like, I know I heard something.
And,
Goddamn it.
and they
Where you at?
And they attack.
Where you at?
And the way they attack the noise is like there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's like a cat with a laser pointer. Ah!
Real. It's getting to a point where they can answer some stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty
It's
sure they
about
didn't
that time.
have no answers, but y'all got to sit down in the room and come up with some answers now.
Like that before
if y'all
start-
want to make a part 3.
Before y'all even start writing part 3, brainstorm answer some of these questions first, and then
Yeah.
you can start writing part.
And
3.
then we got Killian Murphy. He was friends with them at one point, I guess.
Yeah.
And now he's living in the steel mill, I guess.
Yeah.
Where he's like the concrete is thick, so they can't hear underneath the ground or whatever. Like that makes sense. But then they're still uneven to me too. So the small stuff they do with 3 feet of concrete, they hear that for some reason. Like no, how? You know, I don't. It was just It seems like the distance they travel to get to that noise.
Yeah.
It's just it's a little. I don't buy it.
Yeah.
I just
because
know.
like either they're always there,
Right.
or they can hear anything from miles off. And either way, once they get there, you should be done.
And, right. So, like you was talking about the animals, like every bird, like birds, they gonna make noises, and so every animal, so they running, they just running. Oh,
At everything.
I'm looking like
if
at
they,
some point y'all gotta be like, all right, man. Well,
if they
shit.
respond to any noise, like when someone knocks something off a shelf and it hits the floor, if they respond to any noise with that ferocity,
Yeah.
they should always be going from one place to another
Yeah,
with
yeah.
that energy.
And how many is So like I said, it's so many. It's a lot of questions they
Yeah.
didn't answer. And first one, it was cool not answering them. Now it's like, okay, now we need some answers.
Yeah.
Because by continuing this story, you create more questions. And by not answering them, you just give me you're gonna start to go into this same thing territory where you just give me that same story. You give me the same kind of story without expanding. You expanding now.
Yeah.
So now once you're expanding, you got to answer those questions.
Yeah.
You know?
And also, you have to take care not to make your monster, in this case, too mystical, right?
Right.
You have to ground it at some point. It can't just be this ephemeral fear out in the woods that if you make noise, this thing's going to come out of nowhere like a bat out of hell and snatch you up. There's got to be rules to it.
Yeah. So they had a way to a way around. I don't want to spoil nothing, but it was a goal they could get to that cannot, where they wasn't going to die. Is that a good way to say it without spoiling?
There was a safe haven.
Right, they had a safe place that they could get to or whatever. So, I mean, at least that's a goal. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, are we just being quiet till they kill us one day? Or, you know what I'm saying? I need a goal. I need an end game, you know?
Yeah.
Or at least come up with a plan. I was thinking like, man, draw them into a incinerator and just turn that bitch on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Come up with a plan.
Just go ahead and throw like a radio in that mug and set
Just put sound, and so they run right into a trap because they don't seem smart.
They're
They
not
just
smart
seem to
at all.
react.
Yeah.
They just react.
Yeah.
So that's to your advantage. You know, come up with a plan, man. Don't just survive like
Yeah.
little mice.
And that's another thing. Like I said, these things are just animals.
Yeah.
They show no intentionality. They don't plan. They just react to stuff.
Although one of them seemed like it was almost making like it almost seemed like he was a joy going after Emily Blunt. The one that was going after Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
Because I swear that dude, he waited.
Yeah. Like
When she was like, "Is the coast clear?" He kind of hid a little bit. Yeah, I see. Like hold on.
Like, I'm still here.
Yeah, I ain't no. I remember you. I want you. I don't want them. I want you. But no, right. I need to see a little more proactive planning from the humans.
Yeah.
Like, y'all ain't this damn dumb. Y'all ain't this vulnerable. Come on, y'all.
Yeah. Like, because any other movie, they would have already been like, all right, we're going to throw this noisemaker over there. When he go for it, we're going to light him up. You know?
Yeah, they got weaknesses. And we're going to talk about that in the spoiler discussion. I want to save some of that for the spoiler discussion about how you can beat them or whatever.
Yeah.
But they got weaknesses, and they don't really trying to exploit it. Everybody just so scared that they just like, I don't care. I just want to run and hide or whatever. And then they kind of did explore something where other humans at. Other humans are up to no good, or doing it's as usual. It's always going to be some factions, and then some factions are not going to be. Let's help the group. Let's use this to our advantage. I guess I'm not sure exactly what they was doing.
They didn't really make that clear.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, what? Okay, but they didn't dwell on that too long, so I was cool with that. But yeah, it was a good movie, man. It was so tense. On the edge of your seat. And I'm not going to spoil the ending, but let's just say the ending made me kind of just like,
It was going so well.
Yeah, I didn't like that ending. I don't know how you particularly felt about it.
I was bothered.
And when it was over, everybody in the theater groaned. Like, everybody in the theater was like, this is so amazing. I can't wait to... Oh, boy.
You had a better audience than I did.
Well, how did they react? Did they have a
They
reaction?
cheered.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, some people might felt like that, but I felt like, okay, from a movie watcher that you set up your movie, don't give me something unbelievable at the end to give me the cheer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They fell for the okie doke. I'm not falling for the okie doke. Be for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Be for real. And if you want to end it, you can end it on a good note, but don't give me some bull crap. Yeah. And I'll talk about that more specifically in the spoiler discussion. But let me wrap this review up. I give this movie a dope, man. It was dope. I ain't gonna say I didn't like the ending. I was disappointed at it was like the last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It was always good to me to the last 2 minutes. I swear, that's it. So I give it a dope. It could have got that epic, but because of that ending, man, I had to take it down to a dope, man. It's still a high grade because I could have said all right, but it was better than all right. But I can't push over to the epic if I felt disappointed at the end.
Yeah.
What'd you give it?
I'm giving it a dope as well. The ending is part of what drops it down for me, but there's also a couple of little things along the way, just questions that they refuse to answer.
Yeah.
Or
didn't feel like answering.
Or didn't feel like answering. Some things that just don't really make sense once you establish what these things can do, And like when you're clearly changing the rules to suit the scene,
Yeah.
So it's a dope for me.
Yeah. I like to say it was more. I did like it though. I love the movie. I enjoyed it. If it's gonna be a part 3, I really wish they. Excuse me. I really wish they would explain more. And if you're gonna expand your universe, you gotta explain more.
Yep.
You can't just keep us having them scared running from running from monsters. At some point, we gotta understand what the hell these are.
Yeah.
By a third movie, we got to know what the hell they're running from, how you beat them, do you got to go, things like that.
Right.
Okay, so. Okay. All right, so we're going to be out here. Thanks for checking out the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you like our content, and hit the bell icon so you can get alerts every time we post new videos or live stream.
And don't forget to drop a thumbs up and a comment down below. Let us know that you like what we're doing. Let us know how you felt about this movie. And let us know what you think we should review next.
Yes, we are out of here, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.